On this week's episode, we talk about the new film, The Informer.
And other pop culture news. Today is November 12th, and we tested the new PlayStation 5. No, we didn't. We couldn't get one in the pre-order, and it was all sold out, and we didn't receive one. And if you didn't receive one, you know how we feel. We got some games, though.
Yeah. They look really nice on the shelf. The new Spider-Man game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
And they will stay on the shelf until we manage to get
some
PlayStation 5.
Some outlets, Walmart, Amazon, what else? GameStop, Best Buy, a couple others. Well, like there was rumors that they were selling. I know for sure that Amazon was, Best Buy was, and Walmart was. But Walmart did this thing, divided the day in blocks. It's like, oh, we're gonna do, I don't know, at noon, 3 o'clock, and 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And I tried some of those blocks, and the website crashes.
Yeah.
It crashes in unbelievable ways, and yeah, you click on add to cart, and it would like it would not add to cart, or you would click on add to cart, and then it would add to cart, and then click on continue, and it would crash, and yeah.
At least Amazon would show you like a little picture of a dog or something.
Oh, that's ridiculous! Yeah,
so you had that
Amazon
to look forward to.
Show a dog with a name. It's like, oh, you want to know other Amazon dogs? Like, no. If this was Call of Duty, this dog would be dead. Yeah.
So the puppies didn't soften the blow for you.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully soon enough. I believe Sony wants money and needs money. And soon enough, they're gonna get more, and they're gonna sell more. And yeah, we'll tell you guys how it is if you get one before you.
Ever.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay. But in the meantime, we did get to go to the movies.
Yes, we saw The Informer with Joe Kinnaman, Rosamund Pike, Clive Owen, and Ana de Armas.
And it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
A nice cop.
Yeah, kind of like the cop, organized crime, heist, jail stuff.
In Portuguese, you have a genre. Genre for that type of movie is called policial.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's pretty much about, police and criminals and
Yeah, and I think what makes this one interesting and worth seeing is like the overlap between law enforcement and criminals. And the good guys maybe aren't so good and the bad guys are pretty bad. But then there's the one guy in the middle. Anyway, we follow this. It starts off with a guy, you see him like sewing a wire into a pair of pants, and it comes out that he's working with the FBI to expose a massive, huge Polish drug ring. Huge to the point that they're using the Polish embassy to smuggle kilograms worth of fentanyl into New York City. And this informer, he's finally ready. They've got everything lined up. He's going to lead the FBI right to the head of this Polish mafia drug ring cartel, whatever. And then he and his family are going to disappear. But do things go smoothly? They do not.
No. We didn't say spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah.
So spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyways.
I ruined everything.
But So yeah, things don't go well because when they're trying to sell, right out of the when they get out of the embassy with the drugs, one of the guys received a call, and it's a buyer, so they go and sell it. You didn't say that, did you?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
No.
And
I'm so glad you listened.
yeah, no, I was still
No, I was being serious.
sad about PS5.
Oh.
Anyways, so they go sell to this guy, and the Joe Kinnaman's character noticed that he's nervous. He's like shaking at some moments, and
his story doesn't quite add up.
Yeah, and he keeps asking questions about prison because one of his cover story is that he went to prison, in the same prison that Joe Kinnaman did go, and he realized that because you're a cop. He's like, no, I'm not a cop. Which, at least in the movies, they have there's this law that if you're a cop, you have to tell me.
Such baloney.
And I don't know, when he asked and keep asking, he was like, oh yeah, maybe. But the guy keeps denying. He's like, okay, I guess.
But if like you're by yourself in the middle of a bunch of like big deal drug dealers, are you gonna admit, okay, yeah, I'm a cop, I'm here to bust you? I wouldn't.
Sure, but I mean, it maybe it's a legal thing. Maybe if you don't say you're a cop and you're a cop and the criminal take you to court and they're gonna dismiss the case and you lose everything. I don't know.
I guess, but in that moment, like his life was in danger.
Sure.
Because he had no idea. The cop had no idea that this guy was an informer. That he was on law enforcement side.
Yeah.
All he knew was that these violent drug dealers were maybe onto him. And that would have put him in a pretty bad spot.
Well, if you're listening and you are a lawyer, let us know.
Yeah.
Do a cop needs to
admit they're a cop?
that he or she is a cop undercover? Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, so and then the conversation, the negotiation gets heat up, and the partner was like, "This is how Han Solo says, like, too boring a conversation."
Yeah,
anyways.
conversation's boring. Yeah,
and shoots the cop, and that creates a big problem because apparently you don't kill cops in New York City.
Who knew?
In the movie. Anyways.
Even bigger problem though is our informer uses the safe word the FBI gave him. They gave him a code word to say if he needed a rescue. Everything's gone terribly, and so he uses the code word. And they don't rescue him. In fact, they just drive right by.
Yeah.
And avoid eye contact, and yeah. And so that kind of sets the stage for how things are going to go from now on. He realizes he can't really trust the FBI, but he's already stuck his neck out in a pretty big way, which endangers not just him, but his wife and his daughter.
They were ready to, it's like everything the night before, they were ready to leave.
Yeah.
And he actually told them to leave if it comes the time, and I'm not here no matter what, leave. Yeah. But they don't, and then the fact that they got involved in killing a police officer, FBI kind of burned him, and the mafia, the Polish mafia goes, and
yeah, so
gets
then
his family before the family could leave, and takes him in and say, hey, this guy, he saved your life. They twist things, it's like, really? It's like, this guy saved your life because the other guy wanted to kill you. It's like, oh yeah, he was a police officer, but he wanted to kill you. So, you own us your life.
So, they used that and his family to pressure him into this deal where he would go back to prison in order to set up like a drug sales deal.
Yeah.
a drug sales network.
Yeah.
So the mafia is pressuring him to do this. His only chance to not be in prison on and off for the rest of his life is the FBI. So the FBI makes this deal with him. Look, go to prison, just get us the list of contacts, like everybody who's selling drugs within this prison network, and we'll get you out. So he's like, okay, fine. This is my best chance. This is it. In the meantime, there's an NYPD cop who, like, he's like really edgy, shady, kind of lives in that gray area. He's trying to figure out what happened to this undercover cop. Why did he die? Who killed him? And all this. He senses the FBI is covering things up. So we have that playing out too. And this point where for me the movie started to get kind of complicated, and towards the end I thought it kind of, I don't know, the ending didn't totally work for me. But anyway, he goes to prison and he does everything he's supposed to. He gets the list of names, turns it into the warden, and the warden's like, I can't help you. You're on your own. And then he realizes the FBI, again, totally burned him. And so now his life is in danger, and his family's in danger. And then, yeah, anyway, it got really complicated from there.
Yeah. But
I don't think it needed to be, which is what bugged me. But.
Yeah, but he found a solution. I don't know. I think it's kind of like he does find a solution and get out of prison on a very heist prison break kind of way.
Oh yeah, there's explosions, there's helicopters, there's like a hostage crisis.
A body to replace his body.
Yeah.
And
in the meantime, the FBI agent in charge of his case, Rosamund Pike, has a change of heart, and she helps get his family out and get them safe and get him safe. And
yeah. But it felt like they could do two different movies or two separate movies, and they end up doing in one, because they could do the whole informer getting burned, sent to jail, and I don't think he spends enough time in prison.
Yeah.
And I don't think he spends enough time before. And it's too long before, and it's too short in prison.
Exactly. I think they could have picked up the pace of the first half.
Yeah.
Because the first half is like a long time, like long conversations, like long sequences, which are really interesting. But then when given how rushed these big ending sequences are, and these like big cuts in time that don't make sense.
This could easily be it's like if they were short at the beginning, and extended the prison thing. It could be like one of those prison movies.
Sure.
And then with a interesting, complex way to escape, and maybe a little bit to conclude that. I know it could be 3 movies. One before prison, one in prison, and one after achieving revenge, and that. But
or a great TV series, which I know they did with Prison Break, but this is different enough that I think.
Yeah.
But either way, I think we just needed more. If they wanted to spend that much time on stuff in the beginning, and establishing this whole like Polish organized crime thing.
Yeah, that was like.
There's enough there.
The Polish mob boss. He comes to dinner and the wife sings.
Yeah.
There's some. Yeah, they could dry it up.
Which is fine if you don't want to do a big prison sequence at the end.
But they didn't. And one interesting thing is, this movie is one of those from the series books based on movies based on books that we didn't read.
I've never read.
So we don't know if it does justice, if it's a good adaptation. We know it's entertaining. It's fun.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Kinnaman's good on it. Rosamund Pike she's a good actress.
She's always good.
Because she always does different characters in a really good way.
She does.
And Ana de Armas has different hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clive Owens, for me, that was one problem with the movie. Clive Owens is there, he's the antagonist, but he's barely there. There's like when you hate the villain, you hate the antagonist, he's barely there. It's like, oh, okay, he's the bad guy. Oh, okay, he did this bad thing. Oh, okay, he's being arrested.
Yeah, that was a fun twist at the end, how Rosamund Pike turns informer on her boss.
Turn tables.
Yes.
Time.
How the turns tabled. But the big thing that bugged me, and I don't know if I missed something or if this is just a weird plot hole, but when he first gets to prison, he gets like a contraband phone call, like a cell phone call from the cop who's investigating the undercover cop's death.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a phone call from him and he says, look, I know that like the FBI is not going to help you. I know something else is going on here. If you need me, just call. Like, say you need to talk to the hangman, or he gives him some code or whatever. And then he gets so he gets this phone call, and then he discovers the FBI has totally burned him. But then he never, why didn't he just call the cop and say, okay, here's everything I know, here's everything that's happened, here's the storage locker full of evidence. Like, that could have tied everything up so nicely. Not as exciting as dragging a corrupt guard into a tower and blowing him up. I grant you that. But I just feel like he had that option and didn't take it. So, why did they give the option in the beat? It didn't make sense. And it really bothered me at the end.
Yeah, well.
So, anyway. That said, it was still a fun movie to watch.
Yes. Yeah, the theaters are still open, and there's some movies you could watch. That's one. Even though COVID is hitting hard. So if you go out, be careful.
Yes.
Okay, I guess that's it for The Informer. It's out. The movies, but I'm pretty sure you can find on streaming services too, like Theater Home, Theater on Demand, whatever they call it. The movies that are on the theater, but you can buy or rent
to watch at home.
Watch at home.
Okay. So, in other pop culture news.
The pop culture news. We tested the new PlayStation 5. No, we didn't.
I'm so sorry.
I wasn't even hoping to get one because I knew it would be released today, and they said it was sold out. So I assumed they would not have any today. So it was kind of a surprise. And I wonder how many they had, because it's like, well, much of this whole,
We'll see. Someday.
Yeah.
We'll get
it.
Hopefully before the 6th.
Let's see if there's any news about the PlayStation 5 is out. There's games out. There's this one interesting tech thing. PlayStation 4 just received this, I can't remember the name, PS5 Live, PS5 on the go. That basically, through internet connection, you can use your PS4 to play on your PS5. Yeah. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I don't know. Maybe you have a PS4 and a PS5 and you go somewhere and from there you play the PS. Yeah, why don't you take the PS5? I don't know so much the utility of that, but it's possible.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe you have a PS. I guess maybe you have a PS4 in the bedroom and you have a PS5 in the living room. And then you can play the PS5 game from the living room or the bedroom.
Oh, I see.
In times of COVID, maybe you're isolated. You don't want to go through moving stuff. I don't know.
Sounds like a solution for first world problems.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's see. What else about PS5 that nah. Okay, moving on.
Okay. Let's move on to Star Wars and the possibility of a spin-off.
Yeah, it's a heavy possibility. It's a high possibility that Boba Fett is gonna get his own show. And I don't know if you talk about this a couple of weeks, at least we talk with each other on how Disney registered the name Boba Fett in Dominion and URL internet domain, and everybody was speculating, oh, it's a movie, it's the show, and we saw Boba Fett. Nobody knew it was actually linked to the Mandalorian too. We saw the first episode and he's there.
Yeah.
So there's this heavy rumor that there will be a Boba Fett show, and there would even be before season 3 of the Mandalorian. So if the Mandalorian season 2 is going on now, and next season will be next year, Mandalorian would be in between the next, I don't know, 6 to 9 months.
I'm not mad about it.
I mean, they have Temuera Morrison on attire on set. Maybe they already start shooting.
Why not? I mean, they have the Tatooine sets.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've got him. So.
Yep. And they do have a plot excuse, It's like on the first episode of The Mandalorian, they talk about, it will take years to one man to get out of the sea of dunes, this desert. And
do you think that's where it would pick up, like after Return of the Jedi, or would it be like between Attack of the Clones and Return of the Jedi?
I don't think they would go back to the prequels.
Yeah.
So far it's
like his evolution
Lucas territory. I think.
Oh, that's true.
I think they would stick close to the sequels because it's more like Disney territory. So if anything, I wonder if they would go back as far as Return of the Jedi or just pick up a little bit before Mandalorian or even start right there. Who knows? Because we know the Marshal was wearing this suit all this time. He bought from the Jawas. Who knows how long. So, I don't think
it was right after... It wasn't long... It wasn't long after the whole... It wasn't long after Return of the Jedi.
Okay. So, in that case... it's kind of to... I don't know. It would be... For so long... It would be kind of hard to sell Boba Fett story without, Boba Fett looking like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So maybe he will be, starting at the point we see him getting the armor and going back to business and bounty hunt.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just trying to think of like what kind of content you would have, because as we know about Tatooine, that if the universe has a bright center, Tatooine is the point it's farthest from. So, like, I don't know if you can really make a show about him wandering around in the desert. If anybody could, it would be Dave Filoni. He's done incredible work so far. But
I don't know, maybe bounty hunting. It's a good.
Yeah. But we've already got a show about a Mandalorian.
That Mandalorian is done bounty hunting for now.
That's true.
Baby other sitting, finding the family for the baby, for the child, which also we talked, it could be a girl.
Yeah, it could be, and
nobody said it was a boy. Even though he could say, "Hey, boy, let's go." He never said that.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be surprised if they get there and they're like, "Oh, she," and he'd be like, "Wait, what?
Oh.
I thought it was my little dude."
It's a girl that likes to eat.
Eggs.
Okay.
Okay. Also in Disney news, Disney Plus subscribers are way up.
But the parks are going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, with
this
COVID,
year.
entire Hollywood is restructuring and changing and laying people off and changing leadership and
So.
And Disney is losing a lot of money during this time, especially California that is shut down. Florida is open, so yeah, there's still things going on there. The parks are open. Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of Disney Plus, WandaVision has a start date.
January 21st, which if you do the math, it's probably a week after after the season 2 of Mandalorian ends. So
that's nice.
Like, yeah, you came for the Mandalorian and stay for the
WandaVision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, the first episode was shot completely in black and white in front of a live studio audience.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah, the sitcom style.
Like, I Love Lucy and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And yeah, let's see where we go from there.
That'd be a fun audience to be a part of.
I mean, for that one specifically?
Yeah.
Why?
It'd just be fun to watch them shoot a Marvel show.
Okay.
You know.
But it's very, very different Marvel show.
It is.
Who knows how it is, but yeah.
Well, we'll see in January of 2021. Okay, there's also been some upheaval over at Warner Brothers with Harry Potter. Well, not Harry Potter, but the Fantastic Worlds. What are they calling that?
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts.
And the title is, I don't know, the second one is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah. And so I guess that story, they're just calling Fantastic Beasts. Anyway, Johnny Depp is out.
Yes.
Because of legal troubles and allegations and all of that. And there's rumors that is it Mads? Is that how you say it? Mads Mikkelsen?
Mads Mikkelsen? I don't know. It's what Swedish? No, it's
Danish. I think.
Danish. Yes.
Yeah.
So Mads, let's call him Mads.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen.
So they're looking at, or there's rumors that he's in talks. Anyway, it looks like Mads Mikkelsen might be the one to take over the role of Grindelwald.
Yeah, he's a great actor. We know him from Doctor Strange. No, that one sucked.
Oh, that's right. That was him. Huh?
Yeah.
Lots of eye makeup.
And it's so bad people don't remember. But he was Rogue One. He was.
Yep.
What was his name?
Galen Erso.
Yes, Erso.
Yeah, Jyn Erso's dad, designer of the Death Star, or at least the weapon.
Yeah, and it was good because he was like, he was the engineer of the final solution, the Empire's final solution.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he didn't want it. He was forced into it. So it was a conflicted character. It was really interesting. That book is really good.
And perhaps the most spectacular correction of a plot hole in history. This whole idea that this massive battle station would have, like, the exhaust pipe that goes right to the main reactor. How that's like, that's a little weird.
No, it was a
little convenient.
It was his own creation to help,
It was supposed to be a little convenient.
The good guys find a way to destroy that massive destructive weapon.
Yes. Perhaps more relevant to the Grindelwald role, though, is he plays Hannibal Lecter, right?
That's true, on the show that we should watch someday once we get to the other Hannibal movies.
Yeah.
But he was also part of this movie, this Dutch, right? Let's say it's Dutch. This Danish, sorry. This Danish movie that was nominated for Oscars and it was really good, called The Hunt. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds cheerful.
And if you want to see him speaking in his native language, and that's how he his career went from that country, that region to international.
Yeah.
To work on Marvel movies, Star Wars movies.
Yeah, he's had
Hannibal.
some big roles. So I think his look, his experience, his whole vibe, I think is a really natural.
Yeah.
A natural fit. It wouldn't be like going from Richard Harris to Michael Gambon with Dumbledore. Like I think it would be much smoother.
Much?
Huh?
Did you think it changed much?
Yeah, they're like totally different.
I
Richard Harris was very like kind of small, quiet, subtle. And then Michael Gambon is like big and hey, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the character that evolved into that direction. It was acting. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what's going on with Fantastic Beasts and Grindelwald and all that. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I would love to see him get the role.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is going on in the Warner Brothers world?
Okay, so there's a couple news, factual news, and there's a couple rumors. The news is we heard months ago, that the Peacemaker will get a TV show, and it's fact. It's gonna be an HBO Max show, and they just announced part of the cast for the show. And we have Robert Patrick from Terminator. We have, I do not remember the names, but there's one of the black girls from Orange is the New Black. And I know the show has like hundreds of those. I think, that comes to mind. Those are the names that I would remember from other things. So yeah, Peacemaker gonna get, and John Cena, of course, gonna get a prequel show. Like Gotham, not Gotham. They're not gonna call Gotham, but GCPD is gonna be a prequel show for the new Batman. So not Marvel, Warner and DC are working really well together. On that note, there was rumors this week that Deadshot Will Smith might get a show as well for his solo adventures in the DC universe. And
would it be Will Smith?
Yeah.
Okay.
And and another one is that Red Hood would get a show. Which, I don't know, maybe it's too soon. But things are going pretty, I wouldn't say fast, but...
The Titans version.
Yes.
Titans Red Hood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, the news doesn't specify.
Okay.
I mean, it's not news, it's rumors.
Yeah.
But if it's,
But it could be like a different Red Hood show.
It could be.
That's not connected to the
Titans. Because the Jason Todd on that show, Red Hood, and that's just kind of young, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm not sure.
We'll see.
What else? Another quick note. Arnold Schwarzenegger's new spy movie was picked by Netflix, so you shall see that soon. Good to see the
Governor.
Governor. Get to the chopper. And
He does have a lot of iconic action movie lines, doesn't he? Oh, good for him.
What's the other one? I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was the Come With Me If You Want to Live? Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Yeah, it was pretty much Terminator.
And there's that one that's like, on Commando, this big black guy, he's a Green Beret. He comes in, it's like, I'm gonna beat you up, I'm a Green Beret. And he says this classic line, which is a what they call it,
jab?
A jab at Rambo, because Rambo is a Green Beret. And the movie was around the same time, and he was like, Green Beret? I eat Green Berets for breakfast. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, classic. One last one. James Gunn finished the script for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So,
alright.
Even though there's no Marvel movies in 2020 anymore, nothing Marvel in 2020 anymore. Yeah, they're still working on new things.
Okay.
And yeah, anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay, so that's all the news and comments and
Mm-hmm.
reviews for this week. We see you next week with more pop culture news and entertainment. And don't forget to follow us, to like us, share us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
All the places.
Podcasts on the podcast platforms. We are
Mhm.
available everywhere, from Apple to Spotify to iHeartRadio, etc. You know, all of those. Yeah. So that's it. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.